Yo, what's going on, everybody? Riot's here with freaking amazing kaiju news. You see that incredible, giant, wonderful fire demon flying way above us, sprinkling down volcanic ember onto the map beneath it is the Rodan that I've sponsored the mod, and it's just about freaking complete, and it looks incredible. I've lost it completely. The beast is just about finished and ready for its final testing period before it's released to the public for everyone to download and install and freaking just kind of rampage and do terrible things to their ARK worlds with. This right here is like the money most well spent in like the last 6 months in my life right here. It's buying a Rodan creature for ARK. Oh my god, best money I've ever spent. Okay, so before releasing this bad boy onto the workshop for everyone to mess around with, we're gonna be doing a few tests today. The freaking flight test to make sure the movements are beautiful, the, I guess, kaiju test to make sure it's able to defeat other kaiju, and of course the boss test, where it has to be able to defeat at least like, yeah, at least the alpha dragon. It's Rodan, for God's sakes. Actually, I don't know. See, this is why we gotta do testing. I feel like if it's able to defeat the Alpha Dragon solo, then it's definitely way too OP, because the Alpha Dragon is insanely freaking strong. So we'll just be figuring that out today. Perhaps, like, it has to be able to... Yeah, you know what would be fair, I guess, to be able to fit into everyone's ARK world is if it could solo... maybe the Beta Dragon? Gamma Dragon isn't that hard to solo, and he has to obviously be... Definitely make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys want to see more stuff like this, and comment down below other kaiju Godzilla creatures you guys would like to see in ARK, because obviously they'll always be a little bit different to avoid trademark stuff like that, so it would be allowed on the ARK workshop, but it'll generally be the same creature, kind of like how this isn't like exactly Rodan, but it's pretty freaking close to that giant fire demon creature we recently saw in that Monsterverse movie. Alright, step one of the flight test. Gotta make sure this baby is pristine. Also, I think before it's released, we need to decide how the AI is going to be, like, how it's going to be functional. I think right now, if it's left to load, it basically acts as just kind of like a Quetzal. It has, like, Quetzal AI, where it just kind of, like, freely flies around and doesn't bother anything. I think we kind of need to figure out where we need to go with that, because if you add it to your world, it might be better passive, so it doesn't just, because this thing is, it can break through metal and tech, no problem, because it's Rodan, so... I don't know if necessarily people are going to want something that could break through tech just flying around attacking everything on their map. You know, it might just destroy everything day one. Alright, the creature does start hauling cubes once you go down. They actually had to reduce the speed a little bit because originally we had it so once it freaking dived down and gained like a good speed boost, it was able to jump like clean across entire ARK maps, which was just kind of like it's just a little too fast for most people's like processes to even handle is the thing. So this is kind of like the speed we settled on, which I think is perfect. It could still cover like an entire map in under a minute. As far as the size goes, there we are on the back. I feel like this is perfect. Obviously, Rodan could have been a lot bigger, but the thing people need to consider is, like, eventually we might have a bunch of kaiju in this mod right here. And then, oh my god, we're able to go underwater. I was actually wondering about that. I don't want to be dismounted off this creature if we go in the water a little bit, because I feel like Rodan can kind of flap through the water. At least in the movie, he goes halfway in the water and then flaps out of it. But yeah, this size is perfect, because eventually there might be like 5 or 6 even more kaiju in your world. And if they're all like the size of the King Titan, then it's going to be one buggy, just disaster mess. With this size, you can still have like 5 or 6 of them in an area, and it won't just completely destroy your computer or just be so freaking laggy with just nonsense. I'm so amazed at how well this is holding up. I have everything at epic right now, and I'm just flying through the world on like this giant creature with absolutely no issues right now. How crazy is that? Oh, I double clicked it. When I first had access to this creature, I just flew around in this world just kind of doing this for at least like 20 minutes. It was nuts. I was supposed to go to bed, and then this just completely engulfed my entire day, but it's like... Also, it doesn't get stuck on trees. It phases right through them, of course. They all just kind of fall down as it flaps through them, because it would just, that's the way to freaking do it. Just kind of creating a giant Rodan pathway in the forest, actually. Just like in every aspect of the sense, I feel like it matches the giant kaiju's great power, except for the fact that it's like, the actual Rodan is probably a little bigger, but again, this is gonna fit way better when there's a bunch of them. It's beautiful though, watching all the trees just kind of bow down in respect as you fly through. You can trace this bad boy all throughout the world. As it stands right now, we're thinking about having it so it's like something you kind of spawn in a volcano and then just kind of are able to insta-tame. We're just basically confused how to have the AI on this thing, because if we're not careful, it is gonna destroy everyone's ARK world like crazy, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna want that added to their world, so it might just be something you have to really work for and then passive tame to get. Its stats are pretty beefy as hell too. I guess it only has 1,200,000 health at level 172. That's actually a lot now that I say it out loud. So yeah, it's a kaiju though. It's the fire demon. It's not supposed to be killed by like simple either easy things, you know? Here's like what it looks like walking around next to a trike for size comparison. Can't help but smile when he does that. It's so amazing. And then, of course, he does have the role as well that the standard Pteranodons have. It fit freaking perfect that he also does that in the movie because, like, you know, or that he's just able to do that because, I don't know, we already had the animation. It's perfect. And he added the whole fire effect right there because it's just more ARK-y. You know, it's more ARK awesome. He has to have some kind of giant elemental effect as he does stuff. It's way fancier. Honestly, I'm sure Rodan radiates, like, such extreme lava heats that touching it, you die upon contact. So it's not that far-fetched to have it shoot off fireballs when it does its spinning attack. Alright, I think the flight test checks out, to be honest. Everything seems pretty perfect. I noticed one or two little glitches here and there, but to be honest, those glitches weren't happening before I turned everything up to epic, so I'm gonna dial those up to ARK's fault right there. Yeah, damn right you get one-shotted. Alright, so it's pretty beefy. I was thinking we get Zilla in here, like Zilla. Godzilla ARK, 1998 Godzilla for a fight because as it stands, that's like the only other kaiju to even work with right now because we're just getting started, damn it. Also, any wildcard employees watching this, don't you worry at all. We promise they're all going to be slightly different. These aren't trademark creatures at all. They will all be different in enough ways to make it so it's allowed to be on the workshop so everyone can download it. We're not trying to have another Monster Hunter World fiasco where like only a handful of YouTubers get to use stuff and everyone else just has to watch and kind of just talk shit. So I am getting so many freaking nostalgic vibes watching this thing walk through the mist, but it's mostly just Jurassic Park 3 stuff where like Pteranodons are eating people in the mist, but also it's just so incredibly good looking. I was so excited to start this video, I was just watching it fly when I started. Now I wish I started it in a volcano, so it's like that's where, because you know that's like where he comes out of right there in the movie, and like, alright, so right up ahead is, okay, there you are, buddy. If I can just take a peck out of him, yeah, look at that giant, holy crap chunk of meat missing out of that dude after one little peck. Then you can just keep dive bombing. Holy crap, so he regenerates super fast, but, oof, oh, that's an issue. Okay, so when we get hit with that radiation stuff, everything gets slowed down like crazy, but I feel like Rodan should, I don't know if you can make one creature specifically resistant to that kind of stuff though. That's just more like, that is OP as hell. I feel like realistically in a movie, Rodan would just kind of pick this dude up and eat him in the sky. It'd be like any given bird picking up food off the ground and eating it, you know, like a lizard. That's exactly what it'd be like. It'd be like a hawk versus a lizard. So he even has such an aquatic advantage, but like, you know what's better than aquatic advantage? Is like the gift of flight, dude. Oh, he could just pull some very painful and cool like Ghidorah versus Godzilla stuff and just carry him up real high, drop him, and then just kind of, you know, eat all the insides that kind of popped out. He can't do anything. This poor guy. Rodan's this freaking spiral move is so good and powerful. He can't do nothing down there. But that's like how, this is how the kaiju test was supposed to go, to be honest, because our only available kaiju is Zilla, which was dubbed Zilla because it wasn't godly enough to be called Godzilla. So it only makes sense that by a legit monster versus Titan, it's killed and dished off and I guess just decomposed rather easily. This thing may be way freaking stronger than I expected at the beginning of this video when we were comparing it to an alpha dragon, but I mean, if you guys don't mind adding a freaking mega crazy endgame kaiju to your world, then everything's totally gonna be fine. Because I am not gonna be in favor of nerfing this thing in any way, shape, or form. For God's sakes, like he was even given freaking Mothra a run for. He was kind of kicking the crap out. He did get shanked. By the way, Mothra, another one of the things that I'm freaking very. Right now, we already know the next one coming out. I don't want to say it exactly, but it's oh my God, it's gonna blow you guys' socks off. I can't wait to nerd out watching it. All right, so. Okay, so as far as the flight test goes, I wonder if this right here might bug some people, how when it just generally flies, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but again, we have like everyone's ARK world to consider, and there's nothing wrong with kind of a chill outs fly, you know what I'm saying? If you ever want to go faster, you could just kind of pick up the speed and you'll be like, It's like, I understand this thing could pretty much pick up like supersonic speeds in the movie, but I don't know how that would go down. But I guess we could turn up the speed if everyone gradually wanted us to. Personally, I'm freaking very content with this. I love the way it just kind of cruises around, and then if you want to, you could like pick up the speed like crazy. Does have the pickup ability, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen anything be able to be picked up by it yet, though. Perhaps we could manage to put like large sauropods or something in there, so it's like at least like, I guess, just gradually large dinosaurs. I know it's gonna look really glitchy if we go to like pick up and there's like a little dodo in our claw. So as far as kaiju go, it destroyed the crap out of Godzilla ARK 1998, which that thing is actually strong as hell. It's killed me in many survival series, so it checks out there. Time for the final boss battle. Oh, it looks so awesomely at home here. The only thing, and I honestly don't know if there's a way to fix this, is it does take lava damage, like everything else, you know what I'm saying? I'll look into that. I'll ask the mod dev Uggs if there's a way to like freaking undo that by any chance, but I don't necessarily know if there's like a coding option for that in the ARK dev kit where you could just make something like fire resistant like that. But if possible, I'll totally look into that, because that would just be, I mean, obviously we have to be able to sit in lava without taking immense amounts of damage, but that's not the world we live. See? I just thought I'd show that off right now. The current state of the creature, it cannot go with lava. So if you do get endgame, you get this creature that basically dominates the world, but it's not OP because you're already endgame. For God's sakes, don't go sit in lava, alright? It doesn't actually die that fast. I'm pretty sure I died, not Rodan, but like nevertheless, it's gonna be a disastrous situation. And it does rapidly take lava damage. I was testing it last night, so I don't know, just sit in lava at your own risk. I guess if we update that or change it, I'll mention it in videos, of course, like on my survival series when we mess around with Rodan when he's like finalized and added to the workshop. But like as of now, the current state, stay out of lava. Alright, we're officially undergoing something. I have absolutely no idea how it's gonna go down whatsoever. I'm surprised, or I have no idea if it's even gonna be able to go into the boss arena, but right now, as it stands, it should like count AI-wise as a Quetzal. So there shouldn't really be an issue here. I don't know. I feel kind of silly just squeezing in this little thing. Okay, we were so high up that it did not bring us because I am a dumb bastard and should have seen that coming. I thought if my feet were in it, I'd go with it, but there wasn't even a countdown. It went without us, so first try was a success. I have like extreme suspicions now that Rodan is not gonna be able to go through because of a size issue, really. If you wanted to like be sneaky with it, I'm pretty sure I could cryopod him in and then throw him out, but I'm just gonna get a new one in once we get through to where the dragon is, just to basically test our strength off on an alpha. And I understand there's like a lot of issues with like your character's health during this. I just have dev commands on to keep me at full health at all times. This is about testing Rodan, alright? We've already seen enough ARK characters go in. I feel like a toe in isn't exactly count worthy. I was actually wondering how this was gonna go down because in our last survival series, we were able to sneak Devil Joe into the boss arena, which he's not supposed to be in, and there was some issues as well, but now it seems like I just can't mount the dude here. Only passenger seats. He's definitely not allowed through to the boss arena. Like 100% not through, and it's pretty freaking obvious why. It's because he just kind of chews through these guys. They're also seem to be unable to even attack him. But Broodmother, there we go, they figured it out eventually, but I mean, even if he just stands there without any person guiding him and just kind of uses his AI to absentmindedly peck at them, not even using his Spyro move, he completely destroys them. But I mean, it makes sense, this is how it would be, you know, like, he's definitely big enough to just kind of eat that ape with like little to no issue at all, just pure leisure, just chew that monkey down. Get those meat right off the arms. And of course the Broodmother would just be like a freaking snack. Just turn your focus. I mean, I'm sure Rodan would honestly love to eat a Broodmother and a Megapithecus. Those would probably be so freaking scrumdiddlyumptious right there. I mean, is there even a point to letting the battle finish? It's not even a freaking fight. If I would ride passenger and watch this win. No, that's stupid. The only issue with giant creatures is their turn radius sometimes, and this Rodan's obviously one of the biggest, but yeah, okay, so I don't think Rodan should be allowed in boss arenas at all. I think the mod should definitely block it from being able to go to boss arenas. This is why we do testing right here, so I can see how much the dude makes freaking short work of like Broodmothers and Megapithecus. So it might be kind of unbalanced and unfair. People might be discouraged from adding the mod to their world. You know, we haven't decided how exactly easily it'll be to acquire Rodan, but I don't think, honestly, anything this powerful should really ever be allowed into a boss arena, even if it's endgame, because then it's just gonna freaking let you farm tech element like there's no tomorrow. It'll just be the most leisure task ever. Honestly though, if you guys want to have some fun with this, I'm sure there's a bunch of different cryopods or soul trap mods and stuff that'll enable you to bring it in here, no issue. But I think that's just when you get bored of ARK and just want a freaking easy time to farm element now, so you and your friends can have fun. Because this isn't even sport. There's no sport in this. It's just sinking my freaking giant, like, you just get a huge fetch me their souls vibe, sinking this freaking fire demon hellhound out there to go just tear apart endgame bosses. Beautiful. Freaking love this Rodan so much. Imagine if we got in here and these two just kicked the crap out of him. How embarrassing that would have been. Like, that would have been the biggest waste of money on the planet. This is it. Fire Demon Kaiju make short work of ARK bosses and shouldn't be allowed in the boss arenas. This is why we do testing. Yeah, see, as soon as we're out of there, I have no freaking problem. And there's the other one we left behind right there. Alright, so all in all, I'm pretty happy with like this mod. I think maybe like a minor little, we just need to like decide one or two things, like how this creature is going to be tamed, and then I guess that's pretty much it. But we are leaning much more towards just something more end game that you just kind of spawn in and then passive tame after acquiring, because I honestly, I guess it has 540,000 torpor, so it's just gonna be you're gonna need to have some crazy taming mods on here. Like, you're never gonna be able to do it if you just want a vanilla world with like kaiju kind of free roaming and stuff that you just so definitely comment your opinions down below. I'm gonna be looking to that a bunch, a community opinion, how you guys, because you guys are gonna be the ones downloading and playing with this thing too, for Christ's sakes. Like, in my new survival series Overhaul X, I would be so down to freaking one of these to be flying around and me having to just like tame it. But that's if we keep it with the Quetzal AI, where it just kind of flies around absent-mindedly right now. This could very easily be hostile AI, sees your base, and then one-shots every creature you have, your tech buildings, everything, and then flies away. So you gotta be very careful what you wish for, you know? This could be like a World Snake scenario all over again, but 10,000 times worse, because it flies and is a fire demon. To be honest though, I would be so freaking down for that if that's what everyone voted for too. Because you are supposed to run and hide from Rodan. That's supposed to be a happy thing spawning in the sky. So comment your suggestions down below how you guys would like to see this mod turn out. And then I guess just stick around in videos if you guys want to see updates. I'd say give it about a week before it's finalized and released to everybody, just in case. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe if you guys want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!